everyone, JSD Cool here, and welcome back to Scrap Mechanic. Now today in this episode, I am back with something else that I have built. And now this something else that I built is I built it entirely off camera with very minimal help from JRD Cool, although I wanted him to help build this a lot more of this thing than he actually did help with. But today we are back with what I call a stealth bomber. So the whole principle is we got tons of logic down there. Pretty much most of the exact same logic that was inside of this thing. Except for the fact that it's all laid out here. So it's done a bit differently and more advanced. Or slightly more advanced, and it has complete wireless functionality, and this new system also completely drops bombs. So what this is you disconnect this, you then will punch in your coordinates here with these few switches. So the black is down and orange is up. So the bottom row here is your selected targeted coordinates. The top row here is the coordinates of your machine currently. Then what it'll do is oh my gosh, what? Okay. Why wasn't even clicking on it? That's so weird. Voice cracks, yeah. Oh yeah, this also uses a lot of the new number logic, but first thing that happens is this thing has these measurement dials here. One for the X position, one for the altitude, and one for the Z position. It also has a compass so it can know what orientation it's in. So then it'll take those values and then it puts them into wireless wireless receiver block. That then comes out here, and they're all the same color, but they're set to different channels. You can change the channels with these buttons here and these buttons here. The top one being up and the bottom one being down. And that'll change these. So you might if you have multiple of these spawned in, they can be. You just gotta make sure they both have different signals. Yeah. So then these are fed out into these. So. First of all, the Y value is fed out into this block here, which just acts as a barrier block, and then it feeds out to this. But this also feeds into this circuitry, saying if it's below 3,000 blocks, go up. Then the X and Z feeds over into these round blocks first. It'll then round the value to the nearest whole number, and then it'll subtract this number here from this number here, ultimately creating this number here, and then this number, and then if this number here is greater than -5, it'll activate trying to go in one direction, and if this number, so what are we on here, X? So if it's greater than -5, it'll try to go towards negative X, and if it's less than +5, it'll try to go to positive X. And when it's in the sweet spot in between these numbers, both sides will be lit up. And then I have a specific system to. I should probably just stop explaining that. And then it does the same thing for here. And then over here we detect the rotation. And then we send that through this here, which is going to be what we'll say if you're for which one of these things activated, go which direction. But this. And this to here will also say if it doesn't detect that you're rotating in a direction, because this thing can sometimes rotate enough while flying in order to no longer be in a detectable orientation and be going too slow, so it'll start trying to rotate itself. But then that stuff is all fed into these gates here. They'll just happen to be AND gates. Most of them do only have one in them, but some of them need like the AND condition, like the one that drops the payload. And these four here are the movement gates, and because it would be way too strong on these things even at minimum power just to have it constantly going, it would constantly just overshoot. These have it set up to a pulsing mechanism, and this last one here is for the rotation of these things. Now I don't want those going all the time, going completely, or else these ones up here. I don't want those continuously on when trying to rotate, because then it'll just rotate past this point, and then that'll just be annoying. So I have a longer pulsing system here, but that actually works. And then yes, all these other things are just fed into this. That is fed into this block, which goes into the wireless receiver here, which then gets fed out from wireless receiver block into here, and then decoded up here to do all of its various tasks. And then this green button is to start everything. This yellow button, you should always make sure it's you should always press this before you launch the thing, just in case, because there's some circuitry for this thing. And then this is just the stop all button. It's technically temporary, which is why the gates are here for the pulse extender, but you know, give you other stuff. So I'm gonna disconnect. Can I? That was weird. Okay. So I'm going to disconnect that there, and I'm going to go find a place that I want this thing to drop on, or a thing that I want this thing to drop on. I'm not going to make it too far away just so it doesn't take forever to get here. And so let's drop it on the semi-truck. And let's go just find, if only there was like a debug tool in this game where you could just find your coordinates. Now let's just go take this thing here, which was made, and I got the idea to make this from the YouTuber Khan. He made something very similar to this. Let's just swap these around. Yeah, he made something very similar to this, or to that. It's kind of where I got the idea to make that from. Wow. Okay. So we got 1988. So let's go. So 1988, and then 1988, and then 15. 1988, 15. 1988, 15. 1988, 15. 1988, 15. 1988, 15. 1988, 15. 1988, 1988, 15, 1988, 15, 1988, 15, 1988, 15, 1988, 15, 1988, 15, 19. Oh, yeah, okay. This is actually going to take forever. It's got 1,000 to go now. Wow. Okay. But, oh yeah, if you watched my last video that I uploaded to the channel, which was a Minecraft video, sorry it was released so late. I tried to upload it literally 4 times, and finally succeeded on the 4th time. For various stupid reasons, it kept failing. Yeah, but at the end of the video, OBS started recording the audio out of sync. For some reason, the audio was totally desynced for game audio at the end. At the beginning, it was fine. Let's see, 15. That's way too much already. Okay, so there's the coordinates button. Yeah, so the last video was a disaster. It took way too long to upload. I have zero clue why. I was getting so frustrated with it. So this thing should be dialed in correctly. You've got all its coordinates here. You see it's about to activate. It's set in a good position. Just so you know, if this thing says set in the 0 position, if this thing says like 180, like in the 180 range, you might want to rotate that thing because it usually has a bad time responding to the 180 range for some stupid reason. But okay, so we'll see. This thing now goes up. See, the altitude is measured here under the Y value where it always should be, because Y is altitude. X and Z is north, south, east, west. Z is generally, for some reason, north and south. I don't know. Wait, how is it already that far angled? Or is it? What? What is it? It's still at 0 degrees. It looks like it's rotated. Okay, now it doesn't. Okay, that's weird. So weird. Whatever, that's just visual glitch. I assure myself that, because it is pointed directly at 0 degrees north. At least I think it's north. You can see this thing is gonna rise to 3,000 blocks. So it's about at about 2,000 right now, and you can see it is still pretty visible as a square speck in the sky, just like that speck right there. Oh, except it's a little bit brighter. 3,000 I found was a good place for it to be. With it not being generally too high. Also, this thing does use a minis mod stabilizer. Yeah, you can see it's starting to just look like a tiny little speck. It does use a minis mod stabilizer and zero gravity, just so I don't have to worry about balancing out the thrust and stuff. Man, I wish there was just like a mass detector on the. You can see these things are pulsing now. That it is now moving. Actually, it is pretty fast right now. And you can see these numbers once they get to a certain range. Like, before I was having to do way too much math in the GPS pod. Okay, that thing is there, and it overshot. So now it's going to have to go, wow, overshot by 10 blocks. So then, yeah, now it's vigorously pumping to try and get back. Oh, it dropped. It dropped the payload. Because once it dropped the payload, I didn't mention this, it does go to somewhere else. So let's see. Oh, there it is. See? Yeah, it did drop. It will try to return to base once it's dropped the payload. Although, it usually is pretty far off. Yeah. That was very far off of its target. I don't know why, but this thing often actually seems very broken to me. Sorry about that, but it just generally seems broken, not going to the right coordinates that time. Why? Oh, that's why it started to fall. Yeah, there are some bugs I should probably work out. Like, this thing is constantly pulsing. Just ends up pulsing. Because stuff like this just makes it just flicker too much. Oh, it's so annoying. But, yeah, this is the standard version of this. And you don't even have to have... and also, another thing is... It's supposed to return to base, although I think it dropped there because of the messed up, like, glitchy signal for it. Which would be that. But, it will reset these things to 0, 0. And also, this stuff is what it should technically be coming to, or well, although it is pretty good. You just press this yellow button to reset what it's actually intaking, so it'll just end up setting these memory bits here and multiplying them by 0. So you're multiplying any incoming value by 0 to make it 0. So yes, if we take a look over here, we now got yet another one of these things. Let's see if I can get this thing more precise, because this thing will work better sometimes than others. No, I've had this thing sitting over there for the whole time, and you see it didn't go off. I do have it on a different frequency. I think it's 10 difference. That thing that one there has a self-destructive capability. I might want to quickly go disable it, because if there's anything else on its frequency, it tends to freak out and self-destruct, which it's not supposed to do. So self-destructing, which is connected to this spud gun. Just from that timer. Okay. So if I just unhook that temporarily, I gotta remember to rehook it up, or else that thing is gonna be a lost cost. But, so this is here, which, I gotta... Of course, this thing just activated. And disconnected itself. Okay, well, I didn't need that anyway. Delete, yes. Delete, yes. I also don't know why the thing activates, because none of this stuff is actually, I guess it might have been picking up on that thing's frequency, but I'll just spawn a new one in. You see, you gotta preset them to frequency. Actually, probably would have been smarter of me to change the platform's frequency, because it is not currently emitting anything, or at least it shouldn't be. Let's see if I can find it. There it is. So, you can see it's at its current coordinates. Kind of remember the semi-truck. I want to hit the semi-truck, guys. It's just, it didn't go all the way there. Stopped so far short. It's ridiculous. Yeah, so while this is ramping up, I'll do a rant about my day. So, today I had to, like, Today, my school district had an early dismissal drill where we dismissed like 20 minutes early, which was, you know, nice. But the thing is, my phone was pretty much dead because I didn't charge it last night, and my bus driver, like, pretty much I don't know if they actually ever showed up at school, so I ended up walking home today. That was fun. And my phone died on the walk home. Actually, I'm gonna put this thing up to 15. I don't actually think it was 15 now that I'm recalling. I'm not actually sure if that was 15. Because the payload didn't drop in the right place. It was supposed to drop all the way over here at the truck. Yeah, it's 198815. Oh, that was the Z. Oh, 224, right. Oh, I was looking at the wrong values. Dang. I switched the numbers. So it's 224, okay. Switched the numbers and I still looked at the wrong values. Or switched the letters and I still... So 224, that makes more sense. Although apparently we're going to go over the origin. Oh, 224, dang. Okay, good. This should be better. That thing, I think, we do have coordinates. So let me just get this again. These things are dialed incorrectly. Also, I've noticed that the further away from the platform this thing gets, the slower it goes. Would not know the reason for that. It's weird, stupid. But yes, we'll go see how far this goes. Man, 16-minute video already. Well, I only have one more thing to show you guys after this. This side has about 100 blocks to go, which might be true. Yeah, it looks like... And, so yeah, the first floor 4 here are movement. This blue one is 0G plus, stabilization. This is thrust, this is drop payload, and this is rotate. Okay. Let me just turn that on quickly. Wait, did it drop it? No, it didn't. Oh, now it's dropped. Oh, dang. Yeah, it's coming back now. Hold up, let me turn off that. Oh, no, there's no time. Here it comes. Oh, right on the top of that thing. It blew it up into so many pieces. Okay, I can turn off that now. Because once it gets back to the right place, I probably need a pulse extender. It'll be able to turn off. So you might need to put your own switch here. Just hook it into one of these two gates, depending on what it needs to be. But you see that thing is now trying to navigate back here. And what's nice is that number blocks and counters and stuff will store their values if you put them on the lift. So I'm gonna move this guy into position. Hopefully that guy doesn't hit him. Considering it's going in there, it's usually off in one direction by a few blocks. I'm gonna have to lower this thing's value slowly. They're off synced. Wow. 130 blocks, 7, 6. That one's gonna be going now. This one is slow, and for some reason there's less mass and it's slow. This one will return to base, so once it's dropped its payload, it's just gonna run away, which is cool because if you drop this, if you tell your friend build here, you can have the bomb just like you could get the coordinates of where they're building, and just tell them build there, and then just drop this bomb on them. It'll just be like, oh no. And it's not actually going to 0, 0 here, by the way. This is just subtracting 0 from here. It's actually going to a value stored inside this memory bit, which is set by those things over there. If you want it to be 0, 0, you can just, I guess, hold that button, which will constantly reset the value. Come on, 70 blocks, man. I need to use this thing. Because once it is at its destination, it should shut it off. 63, 62, 61, 60, 59, 58. This is taking forever, guys. I think I'm gonna cut. Nah. Actually, I'll cut the video in editing right now until we get to the part where it actually comes. 5, and it's now falling. As you can see by this altitude meter, it is rapidly declining. Hopefully that cut was actually useful and didn't make this video too long and boring, as I am actually over my 20-minute margin here. I'm probably going to cut a whole bunch of stuff out. But this is what it looks like when it's returning back to base. As you can see, there's some operation somewhere. I don't know what it is, but it just adds a value to it that makes it go like, hold up. Yeah, it makes it go like 40 blocks. What the heck is this? Okay, I think that was the old 0G module. So I'll delete this, but that truck didn't learn its lesson. It still exists over there, as you can see by the massive connections. So I got something a little bit better that'll do the job. Disconnect that again. This thing, I believe, is on currently channel 5. So just gotta go. That was the thruster. Okay. Okay, it should be good, hopefully. Okay, nothing is gone terribly wrong yet. Alright, so now, just rinse and repeat. I will probably now cut the video again until I got the coordinates entered incorrectly. So, yeah, I'll see you then. Alright, guys. So, this giant hunk. And now, I have had to tune up the thrusters a lot on this thing in all aspects to get it to move at a reasonable speed. So, I'm probably going to cut until it's actually about to drop its load and show you what happens to it then. Something I gotta make sure I gotta do is mash this thing just to make sure that these memory bits are cleared. And that it's trying to send it to the right coordinates. Self-destruct features and stuff is active. So we'll send it off. That's a lot of bombs, guys. That's a 5x5x3 thing of large canisters on that. It's gonna drop. It's like super heavy compared to the normal thing. So yeah, I'm gonna now cut probably the editing until it's dropped. Oh, okay, it's dropping, guys. Did it drop? Yep. Nope. Hold on, what? Oh, here it goes. So now, watch it there. You see, after it drops, the thing blows up because it's too much power after that thing is let out to actually mess around with. So you actually will have to manually like reset this. Oh, here it comes. Oh great, now it's just driving away. No, I should just wirelessly beam the controls from that thing back here. But guys, that is going to be it for this episode. Link should be in the description to download this thing, unlike the last two. I'm very bad at that. I hope you enjoyed the 0G module. Please make sure to like and subscribe. I should hopefully be sticking to an upload schedule right now. And I will see you all in the next episode of Scrap Mechanic. Ooh, that blew off the field. Bye!